Welcome back to my Transformers animated episode reviews. Today we're taking a look at the episode Survival of the Fittest.
I say it is survival of the fittest!
In this episode, Meltdown enslaves the Dinobots, kidnaps Sari, and it's up to Bulkhead, Prowl, and Captain Fanzone to save them. This episode begins with the Autobots teaching Sari self-defense.
I'm afraid Prowl's right. As Keeper of the Key, Sari is a potential target of the Decepticons, which means she must learn to defend herself.
Keeper of the Key, eh? That actually sounds like kind of a cool title. Bearer of the Matrix, Guardian of the Allspark, Keeper of the Key. I think if I were to ever get to work on an official Transformers show, I would try to work in all these kind of fantastical titles. We then cut to Sari in her room. By the way, I'm totally jealous of Sari's room. Especially that big curved desk. I want a desk like that in my home office. Although it is weird how Sari has a poster of Bender from Futurama above her bed. So Sari gets kidnapped by Swoop, and Professor Sumdac calls the Autobots and the police for help. I love how Captain Fanzone has an old school brick cell phone from the 80s with what looks like a rotary dial on it. It really fits his whole shtick.
This is why I hate machines!
You're teaching an 8-year-old to do nerve blows?
You want her to pick it up in the street?
This is part of every protoform's elemental programming.
Again, spoilers, Prowl.
Yeah, it's not like we're having her fight Decepticons.
Yet,
Wait, they really want Sari to fight Decepticons? Then they better get her some Apex armor or something like that. So Prowl and Bulkhead figure out that it was Swoop who took Sari. And they go to Dinobot Island to investigate. But Captain Fanzone follows them. On the island, they discover that the Dinobots are under the control of Meltdown. And I like this cute little scene between Sari and Colossus Rhodes.
Okay, you win.
So after a run-in with the Dinobots, Prowl, Bulkhead, and Fanzone are captured by Meltdown, who reveals his plan to create a human Transformer, using Sari as his latest test subject. Little does he know that Sari is actually already a Transformer, technically. But I believe Meltdown is looking for more of a Animorphs type of Transformer. Luckily, with Sari's help, Fanzone and Prowl escape, and they get the Bulkhead in time to repair him. Fanzone ties up Meltdown in one of his own suits. The Dinobots reveal that they too can transform, and the episode ends with a touching moment between Prowl and Fanzone saying that they appreciate each other. This was a pretty decent episode of Transformers Animated. It had some pretty cute, funny, and sweet moments. Seeing all the Dinobots transform for the first time was pretty cool. I really like their designs in this series, and it makes me wish that we had more animated Dinobots. Not just Sludge and Snarl, you know, the real Snarl, but also others like Slash, Scorn, and Paddles. This episode did make me wonder, though, what would have happened if Meltdown did succeed in performing his planned experiment on Sari? How would her Cybertronian physiology interact with Meltdown's bioenhancements? Would it have worked, and Sari would have gained the ability to actually transform into whatever she wanted? Not just change from her human mode to her kind of robot mode, like she does in Season 3. Would she have become a shifter, like Makeshift in Prime, or Amalgamus Prime from the original 13? Speaking of Meltdown's experiments, apparently his two previous test subjects' appearances are based on the G1 Decepticon Pretenders, Sub-Marauder, and Bombburst, or as they were known in Japan in the Japanese Master Force series, Gilmer and Blood. This episode also marks the final appearance of Colossus Rhodes, although it's not explained why. Perhaps he didn't survive his encounter with the Dinobots at the end? Or maybe he just stayed in jail this time. And finally, the Autobots teaching Sari to defend herself against the Decepticons really reminds me of that episode in Beast Wars where Cheetor was teaching Una and Chalk how to defend themselves against Predacons.
But here's a tip. When you're battling bots, hack at the hinges.
Got it this time. No worries.
Oh! Oh, the pain! What a kick!
When you're battling bots, hack at the hinges.
Who has been able to deliver fleshy bot safe and sound?
What about you? What did you think of this episode of Transformers Animated? As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you here next week for the next episode of Transformers Animated, Headmaster. I have a feeling this is going to be a painful one, because I remember hating the Headmaster. Well, I'll see you next week for that.
I gotta go potty.
Again?
I'm a little girl, that's what I do.
This is torture. How many times does a kid need to go to the bathroom? What are you doing there?
Trust me, you don't want to know.